Hello, hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and today I am on Sunday stitching. This is the, excuse me, Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, although it's not because they're doing the huswif, the fabric housewife needle roll, and I decided to do a box, as you remember. Now, I have, since I was with you last, sewn this to the wadding. I've got some wadding in there, and that's where I've got my needles. I put some wadding under this beautiful doily, and that's where I put my pins, and this giant knitting sewing needle that doesn't obviously have a spike to go through there. I've got my little kilt pin on a button tab there that I can put some lace or whatever on. But having done this and put my scissors on the base, I realised that, as I had suspected, goodness me, I can't get my words out today, this is not strong enough card. So I did cut out some cardboard, just packaging cardboard from a standard delivery box that I had, to give it some support. So we can put the lid one in on top of there, perfect, no problem. So let's get this glued to this, but the bottom one I need to stitch my pocket onto. So what glue am I going to use? I'm probably gonna just use my Elmer's glue. So I'm gonna put glue all the way around this cardboard piece, and then I'm going to stick this piece excuse me, stick this piece to it like so. Ow, just stabbed myself with a pin. It's not very clever, is it? And then I'm going to glue this piece, and this will stick to my lid. So real simple stuff. I'm going to pop this in there and give it a good press down, and that obviously will make a much stronger lid. Doesn't really matter about the sides, that they're not supported. So get that bit of red thread off of there. So that's my lid, and then I'm going to do exactly the same for the base. We can stick this in, and then we'll stick our top to it once we've sewn on our pocket. So how are you all? What have you all been up to? Oops, nice and busy with crafting, I hope. So we just pop that in like that, and that's going to add the support we need to our base. I've cut it slightly shy just to add to the puffiness of the wadding that's in it. So let's move that all the way over there. Stand up there, that's it. So I'm going to pull my scissors off because we don't want them on there at the moment. And while you were gone, what I did, I need to take that pen off, is I took a piece of the fabric and I folded it in half. Having folded it in half, I stitched my lace across the top. I can't remember if I put the lace on while you were here, but the reason I folded it in half is so that I can bring the back down. It will cover up all that stitching so that as I put things in, it's not going to catch on it. That was the plan. So we'll just bring the iron in and get rid of this line that's here where I cut it, drew to cut it. And actually there is one just on the edge of there as well. So get rid of that one. That's that one done. And then we'll get rid of this one. See, if you haven't used them before, it literally takes 2 seconds of heat to get rid of that ink line. So that's that done. And now I'm gonna just position this on. I'm gonna tuck that green stem up like that, bring it up a little bit, and I'm just going to run a standard white sewing thread, not with that bit, we need a longer bit than that, don't we? And I'm going to stitch, oh goodness me, all the way round, so down that side, across the bottom and up the top, obviously, to make a pocket. And then I can start to pick out some bits that I might like to put in my pocket and so on. So give that a snip, get a knot here like so, and then obviously coming from the back, because then it's not going to be seen, I'm just literally going to do a running stitch, but I just want to do a couple of stitches on top of themselves here, a bit like when you go backwards and forwards at the beginning on your sewing machine. And then I'm just going to flip that lace up, because I don't want the lace in this pocket. Oh, excuse me. I've always got a bit of a frog today. At least it's not a toad. Sorry. I really need to get out more, don't I? Oh dear. I did actually have a lovely day out on Tuesday with my 2 daughters as a bit of a Mother's Day celebration. Delayed because things all went wrong the week before, we didn't get to do it, which was lovely. We just met up at my youngest daughter's house, chatted over scones and coffee, and then we popped into town and had a rummage around the shops. So it was very nice. And I don't know if you're in the UK, or even if they are abroad, if you've got one in your town, but they had freshly opened a new cake box shop where my daughter lives. That's the eggless cakes, and we very naughtily went in there and bought slices of cake for lunch. It was yummy. I do love their cake. We've been eating their cake for many years. Why is it every video I do ends up sounding like an advert? But you know, we do like their cake. We have it not all the time, but fairly frequently, especially when there's, you know, a birthday or something. Because although my youngest is a cake maker, she's often so busy with orders, it doesn't seem right to get her to make the family cakes as well. I'm doing a really bad job of this. It's not straight at all. But hey ho, eh? That's how it is. Sorry about the banging and crashing. Somebody seems to be doing some work out in the street and they're banging and crashing around. It's really weird how when you've got the camera on, you sit at a much different position to what you would normally stitch in, or I do anyway, so consequently everything looks awkward and cockeyed even if it's not. But also I do struggle to get things straight because of it. There's more of that red thread. I don't know where that red thread's come from. Oh, am I bleeding? Oh, goodness me, look, I'm bleeding. Just a second. That's obviously where I stabbed myself. Look, I've got blood on the bottom. Oh, it's a good... Oh, so that's blood, is it? Oh, well, there you go. Fortunately, this is for me. So it doesn't really matter that it's got my blood on. In fact, it will be a little reminder, won't it, of how when I was doing the video, I stabbed myself with a pin. It was the pin, wasn't it? Do you remember? Goodness me. And now I've bled on my work. So just again, several sort of little stitches here so that this is solid on the end where all the pressure is going to be of putting things in and out. Okay, trim that off, get rid of my needle, and now we're going to pop this, its pockets is, oh don't Claire, stop it, and we're going to glue this down, so coming in a little bit from the edge so that there's room to, you know, manoeuvre it about. Okay, put that down there. I'm going to pop this in. Give it a chance, obviously, to dry. But then I've got, you know, odd bit of lace here. I've got a lovely little odd piece here. I'm going to open up my pin. Oops. Open up my pin. And I'm going to pop that on there. And that on there. Just for a little bit of fun decoration. Things I might want to use at a later date. I'm going to put my English paper piecing hexagonal templates in there. Glue down, mister. I could even put, I've got some little fabric flower made from a die cut. Can pop that in there as well. Now I don't want to play with that anymore because obviously I want that to dry. So I'm just going to open up my scissors, pop them down, clip them shut. And that is my version of a handy sewing box, which is basically what the huswif was, a handy sewing box. It's been quite short and sweet today because there wasn't much more to do. But you've seen it in its finished guise. It closes up, it can go on a bookshelf, whatever. It's a beautiful looking box. And then we've got the thumb hole just to open it up, and then we've got all that prettiness inside. Obviously I've done it my way. That's turning up that way, which means I could have found space, you know, to put something else there. You may choose to do it a different way, but I hope you found joy and inspiration. Stay safe. I'll be back with you very soon. So ta for now.